Hello and welcome to the review. And India has won their match by 95 runs. And some of the questions about that number 4 position must have been answered today. Today on the show, we've got Sourav Ganguly, and later on, we'll be joined by Melanie Jones to talk us through about the match. Yeah, fantastic win for India. I've got Sourav Ganguly here with me. Sourav, just the kind of start going into the World Cup India needed. Jasprit Bumrah, he sort of set the tone for them.
I would put it in another way, just the kind of practice India needed before the first game on the 5th, because I don't think the results here matter. Bumrah was exceptional, but as I was hearing you introducing us to the show, it's the number 4 batsman, it's the middle order. I think so far so good, but come the big teams, come South Africa, come better bowling attacks, hopefully they will deliver.
What about somebody like Kuldeep Yadav? I mean, he wasn't in the best of forms when you talk about the IPL, but, he got a couple of wickets here, and I was seeing that a lot of the guys were kind of like cheering him up as well. So, I mean, great for him going into the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely, but I think Kohli will have to decide which of the 2 spinners he plays between Jadeja, Kuldeep and Chahal. He has to look at them as wicket-taking options, and I think Kuldeep for the first 5 overs did not bowl that well, and once he got that wicket, he was a different bowler after that. He's that sort of a bowler, a confidence bowler. 1 wicket, he'll pick up a couple, and you saw all the spinners actually. The majority of the wickets were taken by the spinners today.
What about, when you speak about Jasprit Bumrah, what makes him so special? I mean, he's a bowler who we've seen excel in all kinds of conditions.
Yeah, it's just his ability. He hits the deck hard, he's got pace. The dismissal of Shakib was, I thought, exceptional. That's a top-class bowler's delivery. First ball, he got the Yorker in the right position. So it's just about his ability. He's grown in confidence. He's gone better and better with time. He's bowled under pressure. And even in the IPL final, that over where he just gave 4 runs, this speaks volumes of his ability. It's just a perfect example of a good bowler becoming a very good bowler with confidence.
What about that number 4 spot? I mean, do you think KL Rahul has secured it now with that performance?
Well, so far, at least for the first game, it was Bangladesh. It was a slightly weaker attack. The pressure in these games are a little different. So I think he's done well for himself, but he'll have to perform because India have a break from here. They have a 6-day break, so they'll have to get back to the nets and keep that form going before they play South Africa. Before they play for South Africa against South Africa at the Oval. So he's a good player. I don't think opposition matters to him. It's just about getting his own form right and getting his head right, because he's that quality who can score runs against any opposition.
Is there any particular weakness that you see in this lineup now? Because there was a lot of talk about that number 4, but there seems to be a solution for that. Anything else in particular that you think that India needs to work on?
No, I think they're a good side. They've got exceptional players at every position, whether it's the batting, whether it's the bowling, whether it's the spin department. It's about form. It's about big matches, turning up and being ready and scoring in big matches, which is important because at this level, most of these guys have been around for a long period of time. So there's no question about quality or ability. It's about turning up and getting ready and delivering at the big stage, which is important.
Well, India has a happy camp today, and let's hear it from the winning captain, Virat Kohli.
I just felt, after the whole thing got over, that it was a dream warm-up game because there were few issues that you wanted sorted out. You found your number 4, I think, and the spinners found their confidence back.
Well, look, I think the biggest positive to come out of this game was, the way KL batted at 4. I think all the other people know their role pretty well. So I think it was important that KL gets runs because he's such a sound player that, he can get the scoreboard ticking. And you saw that today. Great example of the skill set that he has. MS was great again, that really good partnership between them. Hardik striking it well. I got a few at 3. So I think all in all, we had a good game. And with the ball as well, we were challenged to take wickets. And Bumrah comes back and gives you those breakthroughs. Chahal and Kuldeep between them take 6 wickets. So I think all in all, as you said, it was a complete warm-up game for us.
Well, great to see those words from Virat Kohli. Bangladesh, where do you think they were lacking, Sourav?
Well, they gave too many runs away, to be honest, at the beginning. The spinners were taken to the cleaners by MS Dhoni and KL Rahul and even Hardik Pandya. And the difference between the two sides is that our spinners got wickets and their spinners didn't. They had the best part to bowl early on the pitch, which was damp, and a little bit of help for the quicks. They had India in a spot of bother with 4 wickets, but then they let them off the hook. But then, it's a warm-up game. They were also trying different combinations. Come the big match, come the real-time competition, they'll be up and ready. So, as I said, I wouldn't look much into what went right and what went wrong in these matches. It's just about, getting your act right, getting into good form, and then, as they say, it starts day after tomorrow, and that's what matters.
Well, on a lighter note, before we let you go, you've got a lot of fans on the social media. And Amit actually talks about how he particularly enjoys your commentary, Sourav. I've asked this question from a few other commentators as well. Do you enjoy doing commentary more or being out here playing?
No, obviously playing is different. Playing is a lot harder, it's a lot more challenge playing at that level, but then you can't play forever, isn't it? So once you finish playing, this is one of the good ways of being with the game. Although I don't do it all the time because I've got other things to do, but when I do it, I love it. And I think that's because I remain fresh. Every time I come back and get to the ground, I want to do it. It's not being around right throughout the year and you get to a point where you say, not again. But I think that keeps me going, the freshness. Come in, do it. Then you have a break and then come back and do it. I enjoy it, but nothing can substitute playing.
All right, Sourav, thank you so much for your thoughts. I know you have to get on the motorway, so good luck with that. And we'll now be joined by Melanie Jones to talk more about Bangladesh as well, because we've spoken a lot about India and how well they've done. But I think it's important to see where Bangladesh went wrong. But a few positives for them as well. Speaking of Mashfiqur Rahim, he made that 90-odd. What would you say? What do they take out of this game?
Yeah, lots of positive, even though it was a pretty comprehensive loss in the end of the day. And I think for Bangladesh, the fact that Tamim Iqbal wasn't there. So you can bring such a high quality player into the group. Mashfiqur's knock was fantastic. So it was a runner ball 90. He's built his innings from the Island series as well, and that's been really important. So he's learning the art of building an innings and building it well with people around him. So I think that is really critical for Bangladesh as well. So they'll take that, and then Linton Das was fantastic as well.
What do they need to do to change things around for them? Do you think it's a lack of a proper spinner in the squad? What do you think they're lacking?
Yeah, I think it's that ability to make sure that the intensity that they can keep with bat and ball is extended for longer periods of time. I thought they were fantastic probably in the first 17 overs with the ball. They were brilliant. But then all of a sudden when you've got a KL Rahul and an MS Dhoni coming in and they're taking the game away from them, they need to find a way to try and just get that momentum back, and that will be key for them.
Speaking of MS Dhoni, I mean, how good was he today?
He was brilliant, wasn't he? Now, if this is his World Cup swan song, he has built up to it absolutely beautifully. Magnificent strike rate of 144 in the innings. The partnership with KL Rahul was absolutely brilliant. Pretty slick behind the stumps as well. So for me, he is going to be critical within that middle order. I think he's just said to himself, I've got an opportunity now potentially to go out on one of the biggest highs ever.
In terms of his popularity as well, I mean, when Dhoni comes out, you've seen the crowd, the way they're cheering as well. So he's got a universal appeal.
Massively, and it doesn't matter who is supporting what team either. We saw it during the IPL. It didn't matter if you cheered for Chennai or not. Everyone was there in yellows with number 7 on their back. I cannot quite describe it to people that aren't Indian supporters of just how big this guy is. As soon as he gets to the ground, you can just sense this buzz around the place because of MS Dhoni.
Well, talking about buzz, there's a lot of social media buzz as well about the World Cup. You can keep connecting with us. You've got, Twitter at ICC. Then, of course, you've got the Facebook links as well. You can write at Cricket World Cup as well. There are lots of ways in which you can connect with us. And, of course, we love your feedback. Keep writing to us as well. Parting thoughts, Mel. We've seen a lot of high scores in this tournament. Is that what we're going to expect so far? West Indies scoring 421, 360. Are we going to see a 500 in this tournament?
Look, it's not all about the batters. Yes, they will score runs throughout this World Cup, but trust me, I think the bowlers will fight back, particularly as the wickets get a little bit drier as the tournament goes on, and I think there'll be a nice battle between bat and ball.
Well, thank you so much for your thoughts,
Absolute
Mel.
pleasure.
I hope you guys enjoyed our show, and you can keep writing to us and keep tuning in to the review.
Come on, India!
You should call me
Ball first.
before I go, 'cause I got options. Don't think I don't.
There's a shot here, and he's been given.
I'm feeling more. You should call me before
comes to an end.